sitting here. I'm the only one not eating candy at the current moment. Everybody's got suckers and Jolly Ranchers.
I've always, kind of been impressed with the random goodies that are up here.
Do I really lean over like
Yeah.
Clay just saw himself.
This camera shot because I look like I'm leaning over.
But you are leaning over.
You are leaning over. Sit up proper.
Yeah, good posture.
Yes.
Come on.
Work on that. That'll affect you 30 years down the road. You'll remember all the years you slouched. You'll feel it.
So with it finally being bowl season, and I think that'd be a good segue considering you all have found the stash of candy in the background. You got your swag for bowl season. I do have the list as we go through the bowls here of the swag for every bowl. So we can talk about that as well.
That is awesome.
Have you discovered the best swag?
That is so clutch.
Honestly, I've not really read them.
You haven't
So
scoured
they'll
it
be
yet?
new for me as well.
Last year, I think it was the one bowl where they had the pass around 20 times before they got in the end zone. That game, they got a big screen TV.
Is that the Bahamas Bowl?
Yes. And an Xbox One bundle along with the big screen TV. So,
My God.
That's awesome. So shall we start this thing? The first bowl game is 12 days from tonight, December 19th. It's the Auto Nation Cure Bowl presented by the Florida Hospital down in Orlando. It is San Jose State taking on Georgia State. And we will let, you know what? Let's let Clay kick all these off. So, Clay, who you taking, San Jose State or Georgia State? Or do you want me to talk about the gifts first?
I'm going to say San Jose State.
Okay.
And you can please talk about the gifts. I feel like I'm, Price is Right, sending it on over to,
Yeah. Adam.
The gifts for this particular game, you get a Nike pullover, Flex Fit, a flat bill cap, watch, Tervis tumbler, commemorative metal ticket, a chill towel, and a keychain.
God, that's
Win
the
or
most.
lose, you get both of those, or do the losers get the flat?
It just says gifts.
All right.
That is
All right.
that is the most depressed. That is exactly what the Auto Nation Cure Bowl deserves.
I love that they get a commemorative metal ticket. It's like Willy Wonka in Orlando.
The golden ticket.
You got it. So I'm up next. I'm going to take Georgia State.
Okay, nobody outside of San Jose State or Georgia State cares who wins this game, so I'm just going to go with San Jose State.
Okay, that brings us to our next bowl game, the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl, also on the 19th. This one, I'll go through the gifts first. The matchup is Arizona versus New Mexico. The gifts for this one is a gift suite, Oakley Holbrook sunglasses, a Blade Wet Dry 30 backpack and fine knit beanie cap, a Sound Pop portable speaker, some kind of toiletry kit, and a stadium blanket made by Gildan. It actually says toiletry kit.
They just found an empty locker and just got
I love the hand knitted hat.
The fine knit beanie cap.
Yeah, golly, these are depressing gifts, man. When do the cool gift packages get in here?
Well, we got to remember these are the first bowl. So Arizona, New Mexico. Clay, who you got?
Pulling stuff out of a basket.
Arizona.
I agree.
Also, another aside, interesting storyline. Rich Rod has claimed he turned down the South Carolina job. South Carolina AD is coming out very, very profoundly saying he did not offer him the job.
I'm sorry. Carolina settled for Will Muschamp. There's no credibility left there. All right, Scott, who you got? Arizona, New Mexico. It is kind of a home game for New Mexico.
I'm actually going to go with New Mexico in this game.
That brings us to the...
Brian Urlacher. I like it.
This brings us to the Royal Purple Las Vegas Bowl.
This is my favorite name for a bowl, for sure.
The matchup is BYU versus Utah, which is a rivalry game. It's actually the Holy War being done in Las Vegas, which is... The gifts for this one include an Oakley backpack, a trucker mesh snapback cap, and a beanie. That's it.
Oh, boy. I can't wait to get that snapback hat.
I know, right? So BYU, final game for their coach before he leaves for Virginia against Utah.
I'm going with Utah.
I am too.
Okay, I'll take BYU. Just because
their coach does have a cool name.
Do what?
Their coach does have a cool name.
Bronco
Mendenhall.
That's true.
That's
all right. Our next matchup, still on December 19th, is the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl down in Montgomery, Alabama, between Ohio and Appalachian State. Those are the gifts. You get a Fossil watch, a commemorative game coin in case, which goes great with that metal ticket from earlier, a cap and beanie, 2. You get
What's the deal with beanies?
you get a duffel bag
is-
and a big game autographed football.
Autographed by who?
It just says it's a big game autographed football. I assume it's like the balls
Like it's just like a random
that
signature?
you could get the autographs for. It's got the white background or the white side to it, so you can get autographs. But the guys that are getting it are playing in the game, so I really don't know who you're going to get unless they're like trade them after the game to
I
get
don't-
each other's
I
autographs.
should
don't
give them
understand-
double that for having to go to Montgomery, Alabama.
I know, right?
I don't understand the deal with the beanies. It's like, you know what? Just throw a beanie in there too. Isn't all these?
Might as well.
I'm going with Appalachian State though, just to set that off.
Just as a side discussion we can have at a later date, I'd like to know the difference between a toboggan and a beanie. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Moving on.
Scott took Appy State. I'm taking Appy State. Clay, who you got?
I got App State.
So our first consensus across the board. The final game on December 19th is the RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl between Louisiana Tech and Arkansas State. This one may have the worst gift so far. You get a fossil watch.
No, I like that. I would take that over that.
That's it.
The other one's got
That's
a
fine.
fossil watch with backpack and beanie, though.
And a big game autographed ball.
Yeah.
This one you get a trip to New Orleans and a fossil
and
watch.
Louisiana Tech, how far are you from New Orleans?
Yeah.
These guys are like, come on.
But you got La Tech versus Arkansas State.
Louisiana Tech.
I'm going with Louisiana Tech because they got rid of Derek Dooley.
La Tech because they ain't got to travel far and they know the distractions that is New Orleans. December 21st, we have the Miami Beach Bowl down in. You ready for this one? They're playing this one at Marlins Park so they can stare at the aquarium going on at the same time. It is South Florida versus Western Kentucky. These are the gifts. They get a Bluetooth speaker, Oakley Blade Wet Dry 30 backpack, which apparently is big this year. I don't even know what that is. An Under Armour bucket hat and sunglasses, a beach towel because they're in Miami, a waterproof cell phone case, and a commemorative football.
That's not.
It's not
terrible, I
bad.
guess.
It's not bad.
Terrible.
It's bad you have to play in Marlins Park, but
Yeah, I mean the stadium's going to be empty regardless.
oh yeah. South Florida, which is essentially a home game for them, takes on Western Kentucky. Who you got?
That high octane Western Kentucky offense. That's where I'm going.
I got Western Kentucky.
I've also got Western Kentucky here. South Florida, it's not that much of a bowl game for them. There's no incentive. December 22nd, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl up in Boise. It is Akron versus Utah State. These are the gifts. You get a Coleman two-person tent, a beanie, an Oakley backpack, and a big game football. No potatoes are allowed as a gift here.
Just gave him a bag of potatoes. Yeah.
Pretty much. Here's a 5-pound bag of potatoes.
What are you going to do with a tent if you don't like camping? Like, I hate camping. What would I do with a tent? Set
Keep
it up
your
in my
potatoes
backyard?
in it.
I would say sell it, but we know from Ohio State you can't do that.
Yeah, sell
So,
your bowl gear.
You would have to give it away. Akron, Utah State.
All right, Chucky Keaton. He's back suiting up.
Yep.
Going with Utah State.
Yeah, it's his last game. Going out strong. Going with the Aggies.
I agree with that one. Utah State wins that one because of Chucky Keaton. Also on December the 22nd, it's the Marmont Boca Raton Bowl between
Ooh.
Temple and Toledo. Your gifts include a beach towel, a beach bag, a Tervis tumbler, sunglasses, and sports flip-flops.
That's the most depressing one. Yeah. Like, they go to one of those gigantic like gift stores that are all over
Yeah.
beaches and
Yeah,
stuff.
Is that Tervis thing monogrammed?
No.
Oh.
They,
went,
they got one of those specialty airbrush shirts with their names on them.
they went down to the Ron John store, bought some flip-flops and some beach towels. And
It
they're,
is Boca Raton.
It
You think
is.
it would be a little more high class?
they're playing at Florida Atlantic Stadium. You know that, right?
That's just depressing especially for Temple.
I know. Temple nationally ranked. They're taking on Toledo.
I'm going with Temple, up and coming program.
I'm going with Temple as well.
I'm taking Temple across the
Is
board.
Matt Campbell coaching Toledo in this game?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Callers, let us know.
December 23rd, my favorite bowl name still to this day, the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl, being played at Qualcomm Stadium. It's Boise State versus Northern Illinois. Their gifts include a fossil watch and a cap. That is it.
Fossil's going all out this
They
year.
are.
Boise State had a really kind of
It was a down year for them.
wonky season too. It was a weird season too. I think they'll turn it around here. I think they'll finish off really strong at the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl. So
Poinsettia.
whatever.
I'm going with Boise State.
I'm going to go against you all. I'm taking Northern Illinois here. Should be interesting.
We should note that at this point, I still would have not turned
Yeah.
into a single one of these bowl games.
Should also note none of these games are going against each other, and they're all at different times. Well, except for
And all except 2 are ESPN, and all except 1 are owned by Disney. So
good point. There is on the 19th. There'll be a few games going against, but they're not starting at the same time. Let's see, where are we at? We are at the
GoDaddy Bowl.
GoDaddy Bowl. That's also on December the 23rd down in Mobile, Alabama.
the Danica Patrick Bowl.
Shit, they actually left Danica,
Oh,
so you can't actually use it anymore.
Oh, wow.
It is.
shows how much I keep up on NASCAR.
I know, right? It's the Georgia Southern versus Bowling Green in this bowl game. Their gifts include a Timely Watch Company watch, Soul Republic Punk speakers, a 32-quart lit cooler, and a Wilson official souvenir game ball,
Oh, my God.
and a free trip to Mobile, Alabama.
We're
You'd have to-
sorry.
you'd
Sign
have to-
at the bottom. We're sorry.
You'd have to pay me to go to Mobile. Okay. I'm going with Bowling Green in this one.
Okay.
I thought Matt Johnson was the best quarterback I'd seen. Like, Tennessee play, I should say. Well, Baker Mayfield was pretty terrible for most of that game. You got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, he was.
But let us not forget Bowling Green does not have a coach in this one. They'll have an interim
Yep.
because Dino left.
He's not coaching that game?
I don't think he is. I think he went off to Syracuse.
I don't think he is, but I'm still going with Bowling Green
Yeah, I'm
because
sticking
they
with it.
have 2 NFL wide receivers.
Georgia Southern's in their first game. They don't care. It's in Mobile. I'll take them for the win. That brings us to December 24th. We're on Christmas Eve. And what better place to on for Christmas than be at the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl down in Bahamas. It is MTSU, better known as Middle Tennessee, taking on Western Michigan. Your gifts include an Oakley backpack, cap, Rock'em apparel socks, and a Jabbar Bluetooth speaker.
But you are in the Bahamas, so you don't necessarily have
And
to.
it's Popeyes, so you know you're getting
Exactly.
some Popeyes.
You got Popeyes. You're in the Bahamas for
Those
Christmas.
linemen are so happy.
Oh, yes. And this was one of the more entertaining ball games last year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with Western Michigan. I can't go with my Middle Tennessee boys.
Okay.
I'm going with Western Michigan. I actually caught a game of theirs this year, and they looked good.
I wish I could take MTSU, but I can't. Western Michigan seems to be the better team here. Also on Christmas Eve, if you can't be in the Bahamas, why not go to the Hawaii Bowl? It is Cincinnati versus San Diego State. These are your gifts. Oakley sunglasses and backpack, a Tory Richard Aloha shirt, surf trunks, team performance wear, Urban Barrels beach bag and towel, and let us not forget, you're in Honolulu. So
That's not bad.
that's not bad at all. Cincinnati or San Diego State? Go ahead.
I got San Diego State. They have one of the most consistent running backs in the country, and their defense is pretty good. Even though Cincinnati's got a pretty high-powered offense this year.
Mhm.
I'm going with the Aztecs.
I like San Diego State as well. We haven't differed in a while, have we?
You two?
Nah, only
You
a couple
two have
times.
not differed since the New Mexico Bowl. That was it.
Yeah.
I'm also taking San Diego State. Cincinnati's got to travel the entire length of the continental United States. It's going to be difficult. We skip Christmas because there are no bowl games. On December the 26th, it'll be the St. Petersburg Bowl down in Tropicana Field. Marshall versus Yukon. This is their gifts. The Oakley backpack and Turbine sunglasses and a commemorative football. Oh, and a trip to Tropicana Field.
That place is really dreary. I don't know. Yeah,
There may be
it's
some
like a
orange juice
dungeon.
involved. I don't know.
I'm going with Marshall.
I'm going with the only team that beat Houston this year, UConn.
I'm also going to go with UConn here because they seem to have something going right, especially going ready for next year.
Tony Spinoza will have something to say about that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It can't be any worse than you trying to get Doc Holliday to go every coaching job last week.
That's true.
The Hyundai Sun Bowl out in El Paso, Texas. First off, you get a free concert by Marty Robbins. Then next, the matchup is Miami versus Washington State. Your gifts include a Timely Watch Company Silver Tone watch, Majestic Pro Base fleece pullover, a Politan backpack, cap, and a commemorative coin.
A commemorative coin. What's the deal with these? What do you do with that? I'm going to put that in my coin case.
You put it on the shelf.
These are football players.
Yeah.
Like half these guys
Got
are
a
gonna
very
sell that thing within
extensive
the next
coin
year.
collection.
You know the captain's running after for the coin toss. One just looks and goes, "Hey, I got that in my swag bag. I've got that same coin at home now." Miami, Washington State.
I'm going to go with Miami. They got the good feelings there coming. The good times coming with Mark Richt.
Well, he's not there yet, so I'm going with Washington State.
Yeah, Rick can't coach this game. Washington State, the Pirates invade El Paso there. The Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl
Oh my God.
down in the Cotton Bowl. It's not
Atlanta.
even in Jerry World. It's at the Cotton Bowl at the Fair Park. Washington versus Southern Miss. You get a backpack with hydration bladder, commemorative football, and a beanie.
Well, the beanie. What's the deal with the beanies, man?
I don't know why you'd give away a beanie in Dallas.
Or anywhere. Why are they giving away beanies anywhere?
I don't know. It's Washington versus Southern Miss.
I'm going with Washington.
I'm going Washington, but why is it Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl? Why isn't it just the Zaxby's Dallas Bowl?
Because Heart of Dallas makes it seem more significant.
Because I guess Zaxby's is serving chili now. I don't know. It's very hearty. One of the bowl games that our old buddy Dustin would have loved to have went to, just because where it's at, is the New Era Pinstripe Bowl up in Yankee Stadium. Duke versus Indiana. Now, this is what I've got for gifts. This is all it says. A variety of New Era products.
So a bunch of hats, essentially.
Probably. You're going to get a bunch of stuff that fell off the truck. And if the three of us were on the same team, we may not get the same gift.
How it'd just be like a random assortment of team hats. Like I get like a
You're getting a Milwaukee Brewers hat.
Yeah, and some
Yeah.
cards.
I
I mean,
would-
New Era does cards too, so we can trade our hats with our cards.
Oh, there we go.
that actually might be the most depressing project. I'm going with Indiana. I think Indiana's is actually pretty sneaky.
Since Scott did Indiana, and I've been copying Scott this whole time, I'm going with Indiana.
Hey, we differed the last couple.
Yeah.
Duke's been struggling, so I'll take Indiana in this one. That brings us to the Camping World Independence Bowl.
I can't wait to hear the prizes for this.
It is Virginia Tech versus Tulsa
This
down
is a
in
bunch of-
Shreveport.
bunch of camping gear.
You get a Timely Watch company watch, a New Era knit skull cap,
What?
and a commemorative football.
What? No camping gear?
No camping gear.
There's some guy that really loves hiking and camping on one of these teams that's really pissed right now. He's like, this is BS, man.
Unless he's out at the Potato Bowl when he got a two-person tent.
Yeah, but I mean, he was like probably banking on, oh, we're going to the Camping World Bowl. Like, this is going to be great. All right, anyways, they're going to send out Frank Beamer with a victory here. This is Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I gotta go with Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Virginia Tech wins that one. That brings us to the Foster Farms Bowl out at Levi Stadium. It is Nebraska versus UCLA, and your gifts include a fossil watch.
God, when did the good prizes start happening? This is what we do this for.
Surely they have to be adding things to
I'd
these
imagine they
packages.
will. I mean,
I imagine they have T-shirts for them.
you're gonna get
Oh,
stuff
we don't
like
care
that.
about the T-shirts.
By the way, all these gifts were the list of the gifts was brought to us by sportsbusinessdaily.com. So I mean, it's
that doesn't sound like a very reputable source.
it was to me. Nebraska UCLA.
This is actually one of the first intriguing games I've seen yet. I like Josh Rosen, though. I think he's pretty good, and I think Nebraska's pretty bad, actually, so I'm going UCLA.
I like Paul Perkins of UCLA. So I think they're just going to take it to Nebraska. Nebraska's been playing kind of inconsistent all year.
Here's your only stat you got to know. Nebraska has a losing record. UCLA wins this one. December 28th, it's the Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman. It pits Pittsburgh against Navy. Here are their gifts. And this is appropriate. I like this because it's Navy and it's the Military Bowl. They need a good gift. You get a Microsoft Xbox One with Kinect bundle and Under Armour duffel bag to carry it in.
How about that, finally?
There's a good prize.
That's a great prize.
I think
And
it's
one
awesome.
that Keenan Reynolds deserves,
Exactly.
and he's going to go out with a victory. I got Navy in this
Yeah,
one.
so now he can look at the Deshaun Watson and Christian McCaffrey and say, haha, you don't get anything, and I get this.
They
Xbox."
probably get pretty sweet
Are you taking
stuff.
Navy?
Yeah, I'm taking Navy.
Might as well. I mean,
They're playing at home.
I was gonna say they're playing at Navy, where they usually play their home games. So why not? By the way, Jim Chaney and Nathan Peterman. Anyway, also on December 28th, it's the Quick Lane Bowl up in Detroit between Central Michigan and Minnesota. Your gifts include a JBL headphones, custom-made life-size decal for each player with his likeness, a hoodie, a winter hat, a baseball cap, a backpack, a vintage football, and because all that is not much, you get a $200 Best Buy gift card.
Well, they had to do a lot because they're sending them to Detroit. I mean, let's go. But
You get a life-size
that's a-
decal of yourself,
that's
though.
amazing.
Huge liability.
yeah, but hold on, that's amazing. That's the best prize on here.
You want a fat head of yourself?
Yes, I'd rather have that
And
than an
did you just
Xbox
say
One.
a $200 Best Buy gift card?
Yes.
To that?
Like you can go get like you're halfway to an Xbox.
Yeah.
You're more than halfway to
And
an
did
Xbox.
you
Yeah.
say vintage football?
A
They just want to
vin-
grab an old football from the back and
You
give
remember?
it to
You've seen the photos of old Detroit Lions Stadium, the Silverdome with all. They went and was like, "Ooh, look, a bunch of footballs."
Here's something we got to ask though. How are they doing the fathead? You said life size, or so what if it's like
it doesn't even say fathead. It says life-size decal for each player with his likeness.
with his likeness? Oh,
I don't know.
So I'd say they're taking photos and.
are they? How are they posing them? Are they like Are they like got to do athletic poses or?
I don't know.
What if it's some walk-on who hasn't even touched the field all year? They don't
Say
even have.
Then
a,
you're still
say
getting-
his jersey would be pretty clean,
Yes.
so he'd have the nicest decal.
It would. Mama doesn't have to clean his jersey once this year. Yay!
Central Michigan versus Minnesota.
I'm going with Central Michigan since they're in their own backyard there.
I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Emotional year. Top it off for the seniors.
Dang, I forgot about the emotion of Minnesota this
Stat of the Minnesota's one of these teams with a losing record, correct?
Yes.
They lose again. Central Michigan wins this one. December 29th, we move on. We are at the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl
Oh boy!
in Fort Worth. It's Air Force versus California. The gifts include a backpack with hydration bladder, a commemorative football, and a beanie.
A beanie.
They
Seriously, that's like the theme of this thing. It's like an Oakley backpack and beanies. That's
I mean,
that's the thing.
it's in Fort Worth. Couldn't they have got them like a helicopter or something?
I'll get. Hey, you guys are gonna have to share this. We only got 30 helicopters, so
It's my turn.
They could give them drones.
No,
Ah,
no, none of that. Air Force versus Cal.
well, Cal's kind of fallen off the map. I still like Jared Goff though. I think he's pretty good, so I think I'm gonna go with Cal.
there's some trouble in that athletic department and the coaching
Yeah.
situation, and I'm picking Air Force just on the fact is they have a player named Weston Steelhammer.
It's the Armed Forces Bowl. Air Force is going to win. I mean, let's face it. That's just, there you go. Next one up is the Russell Athletic Bowl down in Orlando because Orlando has like 6 bowl games, and why not? This one is North Carolina versus Baylor. The gifts include a $350 Best Buy shopping trip, a Timely Watch company watch, ice slide footwear, beach towel, and an athletic performance pullover. Notice it's a shopping trip. We're not giving you the gift card. You have to spend it now.
Like literally, just we're gonna take you shopping.
Pretty much.
What's with the beach towels too?
Oh,
Like,
it-
does anybody really get excited about a beach towel?
During
You
the
would.
the
Olivia
shopping
would.
trip, that must be spent during the team's official store visit.
Oh,
It's like I can't choose.
So I'm sorry if there's only 5 Xboxes in the store. Somebody's gonna have to fight over those.
Yeah.
North Carolina, Baylor.
Oh well, Baylor's pretty much. I mean, I feel really bad what happened to their season. I really do. I think but I think they're gonna win that game. I don't feel good about it though. I'm going Baylor.
yeah, I'm biased a little bit because I really liked Baylor's start of the year. Then the whole kicking the player off the team for his antics happened, and then I thought less of Art Brill's, and then he loses 3 quarterbacks, and I feel sorry for him again. And then they don't schedule anybody good, so they get knocked out of the rankings, and I don't feel bad for him. But I got to go North Carolina because Baylor has the better team. It's just you don't know if they're going to have a quarterback healthy in 3 weeks.
The injuries is why I pick against Baylor. North Carolina has been a pretty decent team. I'd like to go back in time and see what happened if they weren't called off sides in the championship game this past Saturday. But you can't do that, so I'll take North Carolina in this one. I think they'd much rather play in Orlando anyway than Baylor. Baylor's thinking they should have been to the Sugar Bowl. Now, the only bowl game not to be broadcast on an actual TV channel. It's the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl, presented to you by the Mountain West Conference. It is actually on ASN Campus Insiders. That's the TV network covering this one.
And that's what it deserves.
It's Nevada versus Colorado State, 2 teams from the same conference that did not play each other this year. Their gifts, this may be the laugher so far of the bunch. The gift includes this is the only gift, Cowtown custom-made cowboy boots.
Hey, now.
I'm just saying,
Those things could be pretty pricey.
they could be,
Yeah.
but you're giving cowboy boots to Nevada, which I guess they could use it, and Colorado State, who would much rather have skiing stuff. Anyway,
Yeah, that's depressing, really. But
Nevada-
I mean, this bowl is depressing.
it
so.
is Nevada, Colorado State.
Who cares? Colorado State, I guess.
I'm going with Mike Bobo and Terry Fair, the Rams.
Yeah, Colorado State's continuing and going. I'll take them as well. Next one is the Advocare V100 Texas Bowl.
You get a bunch of dietary supplements, don't you?
Well, it's Texas Tech versus LSU. Your gifts include a belt buckle, a duffel bag, an alpaca throw, and a selfie stick.
An alpaca throw.
And a selfie stick to take the photo of you in with the belt buckle. You got to make sure you got the belt buckle.
You can
shown.
lay down your alpaca throw and just sit in front of a nice little your fireplace
Yes.
this winter.
They give you the belt buckle in smaller form, so you have to slim down to fit it. That's the
Makes sense. Advocare, yeah.
Anyways, I like LSU in this one.
LSU. Fournette's going to have 200 yards.
A field day, yeah.
I'm going to go against you all and say Texas Tech here. I think they outshoot LSU in this one.
And then they're going to decide to refire Les Miles.
Pretty much, yeah. December 30th, we're inching closer to the new year. This is the Birmingham Bowl. If you couldn't guess it, it's in Birmingham at Legion Field. It's Memphis versus Auburn. Your gifts include an ESPN beanie, a backpack, and a big game football. So forget the other beanies. This one's got the 4 letters ESPN on it.
I would feel ridiculous if I wore an ESPN beanie. You would have, yeah, that's. Auburn has been kind of a total disaster this year, so I'm going with Memphis and Paxton Lynch.
I'm going Memphis here, but I think this could be a trap game for them.
A trap game?
Yeah, their coach is
Their
left.
coach is gone, but Auburn's defense is horrible, and that whole defensive staff's gone. Braxton Lynch is the difference here.
Yeah, and I mean Auburn. You never know. There's a lot of bowl practices. It benefits the underdog. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm still taking Memphis in this one. That brings us to the Belk Bowl over in Charlotte. NC State versus Mississippi State. Your gifts include a Fossil watch and a shopping trip to Belk Department Store.
Ooh, where you can get a beanie.
Or a George Foreman grill.
I'm going with Dak Prescott here in Mississippi State.
Yeah, I'm going with Mississippi State.
Yeah, I'm going to make that one uniform all the way across. Mississippi State wins that one. Brings us to the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl. Hopefully this year the Predators don't have a game the same day.
No, hopefully they do. That's what makes it amazing.
Okay, well, as long as you're not in Nashville.
Yeah.
Louisville takes on Texas A&M. The gifts include a Fossil watch, and that's it.
No beanie?
And no guitar.
No gold medallion.
That's where they should add the boots, because they got like 4 boot barns down in on the strip there. I like Louisville here.
Taking Louisville.
Anybody that lost to Auburn, I can't pick them, so I'm going with A&M.
I think Louisville sneaks this one out, so I'll make that one uniform all the way across the board. Final game on December 30th is the National University Holiday Bowl over in San Diego, because I think that's their second or third one. This one sees Wisconsin take on USC. The gifts include a Fossil watch and a cap.
Is it a beanie?
It just says cap.
It's very vague.
It is.
I'm gonna go with USC. They've been playing a little bit better since under interim coach, who's now head coach.
I'm going with USC as well.
I'm going to go with Wisconsin. I think they find a way to win this one. USC is not going far. They're just going to San Diego. They're not going to be too impressed with what they're doing. That brings us to New Year's Eve. We will say we were going to hold the national semifinals to the end, and then that way we go semifinals and finals. One of the New Year's Six bowls is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Sees Florida State take on Houston. Your gifts include, and these ought to be good, a $300 Vanilla Visa gift card, a Fossil watch, a Bluetooth speaker, commemorative football, and a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card.
$10.
Just $10.
I mean, I guess you can't complain. You got that $300 Visa card. You could spend that all at Chick-fil-A.
I know,
I guess
right?
if you
Yeah.
wanted.
$310 worth of chicken nuggets, please.
I have this split between a Visa and a gift card.
Oh, wait. There's my gift card.
Yeah, take that off the front end. Chicken for the next week and a half. I'm going with Houston, and I think I'm just doing that because I really want it to happen.
Okay.
Greg Ward is a big factor to me.
Where
if
did you
he
get more
plays.
candy?
And why are you holding it like that? Like you're presenting it to the camera.
Well, I don't want to. It's very sticky.
He's like,
And, I'm trying to get Jolly Rancher as a advertiser here, guys.
Okay, that's why you're not showing the label. Anyway, Houston, Florida State, go.
Florida State, just the talent depth alone are going to demolish them.
Tom Herman signs an extension, proves to Houston he wants to stay there, and the players rally around him. Florida State does not want to be at this point. They're continuing their trek down. Houston wins this game. Again, we're going to keep the semifinals away from each other right now, so we'll move on to January 1st. It's the Outback Bowl. It's Northwestern taking on Tennessee. The gifts include a $150 Best Buy gift card, an Outback Steakhouse gift card, a Fossil watch, a cap, and my favorite, a Jostens ring.
Oh, what is this? They graduating? Like a high school?
You got a class ring for coming to the Outback Bowl.
A commemorative Jostens ring.
It does not say how much the Outback gift card is. I hope it's worth at least 3 bloomin' onions.
It should just be a year's worth of bloomin' onions. I'd be there every day.
I would too.
Just eating bloomin' onions. I told you guys before the show that I thought there was another opportunity for Tennessee to smash a Big Ten team. I think they're probably better than Iowa was last year. I can't even focus on you the way you're eating a Jolly Rancher. But anyways, I'm going with Tennessee. I don't think the Northwestern's going to be able to score. Please finish that Jolly Rancher.
Go ahead, go Adam.
Okay, I'm going to take Tennessee. I think Northwestern is going to be a tougher opponent than Iowa was last year. Northwestern's got a pretty good defense. But all in all, Tennessee gets their 9th win of the season.
Yeah, we're going to beat Northwestern. Pretty bad. Calling it now. Balls.
Okay, so he's taking Tennessee in that one. Next one is the Buffalo Wild Wings Citrus Bowl, which used to be known as the Capital One Bowl.
Isn't that a weird mix? I'm sorry. Buffalo Wild Wings Citrus Bowl?
It is, and it's in Orlando, which I think is like their 3rd or 4th bowl that we went over so far? Let's see. There's one is the Russell Athletic. Didn't have one there.
Well, Boca Raton is essentially Miami.
Yes, but there was another one.
Russell Athletic?
The first bowl of the game of the year, the Auto Nation Cure Bowl, is in Orlando. So this is the 3rd bowl in Orlando's Citrus Bowl. This one pits Michigan versus Florida. The gifts include a $315 Best Buy shopping trip that has to be done at that time, a Timely Watch company watch, an EA Sports video game, an iSlide footwear, and a beach towel. EA Sports video game to be announced later.
No.
You're getting FIFA.
Tiger Woods 2013.
Tiger Woods 2010.
Something old. Anyways,
You're getting the last NCAA football game.
McElroy game.
You're getting the last NCAA football game we produced.
sorry, Olivia, but I'm going to go with Michigan here.
The new Star Wars game is EA. I'm going to go with Florida, and the SEC will show its dominance
You're just going all SEC schools
over this overrated Big Ten group of teams. I'm sorry.
Florida has no offense.
It's true.
Period. Unless their defense and special teams is scoring quite a bit, Michigan outguns them in a low-scoring game. Michigan wins it. The Battle Frog Fiesta Bowl is another one of those Power 6 bowls. It's Notre Dame versus Ohio State. The gifts include a Fossil watch and an X-Fit backpack.
It's pretty bad for a nice bowl.
I want to know what Battle Frog is.
I think a Battle Frog.
Frog is?
My first thought is the old Nintendo game, but I think that was Battle Toads.
Frogger.
No? Battle Toads. You're young.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm going with Ohio State. I think they'd lay the smack down here.
Pulling a rock reference there. Clay?
What are we on?
Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Buckeyes.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but I think Ohio State wins this one as well. Notre Dame's just too injured. And to our listener that has been kind of calling in and just discussed it with us for the past couple of weeks, Ohio State will not win the championship this year. The next bowl game is the Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual. It pits Iowa versus Stanford. The gifts include a Fossil watch, a backpack, a New Era fitted 5950 cap.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Stanford. I like Stanford a lot. And that Iowa Michigan State game was an abomination.
See, I enjoyed watching it.
I thought so.
I appreciated the defenses. I didn't enjoy watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could say that. It was
By the
an
way,
abomination.
that final drive, the 22-play drive that takes over 9 minutes, by far one of the highlights of the year.
I mean, just the stakes too.
Yeah,
whoever wins that game is going to
the last drive took over 9 minutes and 22 plays. It's unheard of. So
I do think Stanford had the next best argument to me to get into the Final Four. I know
Yes.
they had 2 losses, but it's just the way they had played
I agree.
the last few weeks.
Iowa, Stanford. Who you got, Clay?
Stanford.
I'm going to be the opposite of you here. I think Stanford kind of expects to be there. Iowa's happy to be there. Iowa pulls the upset over Stanford.
Okay.
That brings us to the All-State Sugar Bowl down in New Orleans. Ole Miss versus Oklahoma State. The gifts include a Fossil watch, a New Era cap, and guess what? A commemorative coin.
Phew. I don't know what I would do with all these commemorative coins. Probably lose them somewhere in my closet or something.
You'd put them in a book.
A book?
Yeah.
Like one of those big...
Like a coin collected book. You take them to the mall every now and off. And look at all my commemorative coins from the bowls.
Like, I don't know.
Pawn it for your likeness.
Yeah,
These things ain't gonna be worth
for my likeness. That's more like it right there. I'm telling you, that's my favorite prize on here. I'd rather have that than an Xbox One, just to see what a decal of my likeness would look
Scott's
like.
going home after ball games. That's right. There's Scott up on the wall.
I wouldn't even do anything with it. I would probably just lose that too. But I mean, still, it would be interesting to see. I think I don't really particularly like either of these teams, but I got to go with Ole Miss. I just think they're going to be more battle tested than Oklahoma State.
Clay?
Originally, I picked Oklahoma State because I thought with Treadwell declaring early, all the distractions out of Oxford would affect them, but they're just too talented. So I'm going with Ole Miss.
I'm going to take Ole Miss. They got embarrassed last year in a Power 6 game. They're out for revenge this year, even though it's a different team. January 2nd, it's the Tax Slayer Bowl in Jacksonville. Between Penn State and Georgia. First gift, obviously, is a pool party because there's pools in Jacksonville.
Well, and you get your taxes done this year.
Yes, and if it's close to Sunday, you get to watch Red Zone for free. The actual gifts include a Fossil watch and a Panasonic gift suite.
Fossil Watch is giving away a lot of watches.
Yes,
this.
they are.
I guess not too many people's buying them.
Penn
I
State,
was just gonna
Georgia.
say, I don't have one here. I like, even though Mark Richt isn't coaching, I think that Georgia is more talented than Penn State. Penn State had a just weird year.
Mhm.
All I saw was Christian Hacklenberg just getting knocked on the ground repeatedly.
I feel bad for him too. His draft stock dropped so much this year.
Yeah, I was never really high on it to begin with.
Mhm.
And as soon as James Franklin became his coach, I lost all faith in him. So I got Georgia. They're going to dominate.
I'm taking Penn State. Franklin's had the SEC East number when he was at Vanderbilt, and let's face it, he's got more. He beat Tennessee 2 out of 3, so you can puff out that chest a little bit more. He's got more talent at Penn State than he ever had at Vanderbilt, unless we're talking about surgery. So at that point, Georgia's got. Let's face it, Georgia is very distracted. Their coach is going to be coaching in the playoff instead of dealing with them right now. Georgia's got their minds on other things, maybe the Panasonic gift. I don't know. Penn State wins this one.
You're lucky that Clay's still working on that Jolly Rancher.
I know, right? I thought he was gonna spit it at me.
You would have put him in a really bad mood.
The next bowl game is in Memphis. It's the AutoZone Liberty Bowl between Kansas State and Arkansas. The gifts include a Bass Pro Shops gift card and shopping trip, custom-made Oculus Pro Team HD binoculars, a watch, Nike athletic shoes, sports sandals, sunglasses, and custom-made backpack in a commemorative game bowl.
Good Lord.
Jackpot.
I know, right?
That's a
Take
lot
my
of...
medallion. I want that.
By the way, the Bass Pro Shops that you probably get to shop at while you're down there was the old Pyramid. I don't know if you knew that. They turned the old Pyramid in Memphis into a Bass Pro Shop.
Yep.
Yeah, which
been
is
there.
such a weird... Because I saw the last game I ever played there. I was there.
Really?
I was
That's
there.
Cool.
When they played and they lost to San Antonio.
That's cool. Didn't they have a couple boxing events after that?
Well, I'm saying the last Grizzlies game that was played
Yeah.
there. I think it was 05.
Yeah.
I was there.
It's cool. You can pay money to ride the elevator to the top.
Sweet.
But I just can't believe that they got rid of that. Anyways, we went. I thought that was such a cool venue.
It's in a bad spot.
I know it's in a bad spot.
Kansas State, Arkansas.
I'm going with Arkansas. I think they'll just dominate the trenches.
Clay?
Really don't like picking Arkansas, but I'm going to do it because they're going to win.
Kansas State just had to beat West Virginia to get to 6 wins. More importantly, their rush defense is horrible, and Arkansas's rush rushes pretty well. So Arkansas wins that game. The Valero Alamo Bowl in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome is TCU versus Oregon. Your gifts include Beats Studio wireless headphones, a Fossil watch, a $125 Best Buy gift card, team panoramic photo, and a commemorative mini helmet.
A panoramic photo of the team?
Yes.
Guys, we can't do this with our phones. Let's go to this bowl game.
Like, how are they even going to pose them where it has to be panoramic? You know what I mean?
That's for the people at the Alamo Bowl to figure out.
Like, they're going to... Oh, wow.
TCU, Oregon.
The over-under in this game is going to be like 110, and I'd still take the over probably. I guess I like Oregon here. That'll be a fun game, I think.
I'm taking Oregon in this one as well. I think they finally got it together with that quarterback, and it's just too late in the season.
Yeah, TCU is going to be sleeping, essentially a home game.
Pretty much.
So I'm going to go with Oregon as well.
Okay. That brings us to the final bowl, not known as the playoffs. It's the Motel 6 Cactus Bowl out at Chase Field in Phoenix. West Virginia, Arizona State, your gifts are a fossil watch and a backpack.
Clay makes a good point. How can Motel 6 afford to sponsor a bowl?
All right, we got the Kono Lodge Super 8 Bowl. I got
Red Roof Inn.
I got the Red Roof Inn Bowl. I have Arizona State.
Yeah. I have Arizona State too.
I'll complete the sweep and go Arizona State on that one.
Man, that's thrilling to be in the Motel 6 Cactus Bowl.
I know, right?
I'll be telling my grandkids about that.
I wonder where they house the players.
Holiday Inn.
That's the best part about it is they get to stay in a Motel 6 probably.
Free HBO.
Good Lord.
All right, that brings us to the semifinal games back on New Year's Eve. It's the Capital One Orange Bowl. Top-ranked Clemson takes on fourth-ranked Oklahoma. Your gifts include a watch, a commemorative a commemorative split helmet, half one team and half the other. So the helmet you're going to have half Clemson, half Oklahoma.
Why would you want that?
I don't know.
I'd rather have a panoramic photo of my
Especially
team.
if you lost.
That's the team. That's when you just turn the helmet to the side that your team was.
Yeah.
You don't ever look the
There's
other
this
side.
commemorative object to remind me of my defeats.
The only thing yet that's blown me away on this whole goal is a decal resembling
Of
your
your
likeness.
likeness.
I think that's my favorite.
Since
Still.
they can't officially do it on the field, they just get you
Like,
going to class. Like you got a backpack on.
It can't be a decal of me. It has to be something that resembles my likeness. Here, this is something that looks close to you. Here you
Scott and there's a bearded guy.
go. Yeah, we gave a bearded guy who, whatever.
Okay, Clemson,
Anyways.
Oklahoma. Who's going to the national championship?
I mean, it really kind of sickens me how Tennessee had Oklahoma beaten. That could have been the whole difference in the season. But Oklahoma, I feel like that's a team that's Clemson has been walking that tightrope all for the last 4 or 5 weeks now, it seems like. So I think it ends here. I think Oklahoma, they punched their ticket to the national championship.
I'm with Scott. Clemson's been scooting by, and Oklahoma's just been getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield is healthy after taking that shot a couple weeks ago. And Sterling Shepard is going to be the big key in this matchup. Him versus Mackenzie Alexander, the corner of Clemson. So it's going to be a big test for the Sooners, but I think they come away with it in the end.
I've been high on Clemson all year, correct?
Correct.
Had them at number one for most of the season.
Yeah, correct.
I have defended them every time you all have went against Clemson. When you put them at number 4, I still had them at number 1, defending them because they are now the only undefeated team left to go inside of major college football.
I see where this is going.
Pirine is the difference. Oklahoma upsets Clemson.
He does this all the time. He sets you up, sets you up, and then he comes in and just reverses you.
That's right.
Reverse
We all
hooks
went
you.
Oklahoma.
Yep, we did.
I don't like Clemson. I'm not huge. I'm
I
really
mean,
not.
Oklahoma's the hot pick.
They are.
Let's face it.
They are.
They've been the hot pick for 2 weeks now, and it wouldn't surprise me if Clemson goes out there and proves all the doubters wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't me either. I mean, these are the 4 best teams in the
Exactly.
country. But
That brings us to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic in Arlington, Texas, between Alabama and Michigan State. They would not disclose their gifts. This was the only bowl that would not disclose what they were giving away.
it's probably a beanie.
Oh.
You get 4 tires, 4 Goodyear tires.
This is my deal. Is I think that, to me, Michigan State is a poor man's Alabama. They do what Alabama wants to do. They manage it on offense, and they have a lockdown defense. Like I said, I'm still that. To me, yes, I can appreciate the old school football that was going on in that Big Ten championship game, but that was still an abomination to me. I feel like that Alabama just does what Michigan State does better, and they're going to be able to score. Connor Cook's healthy, so I do think that makes a difference. He should be healthy, but I think Alabama.
For now, he's healthy.
He'll be healthy. What I'm saying, but I mean, I just don't see Michigan State being able to get past Alabama. As long as Alabama doesn't do what they do when they lose and shoot themselves in the foot, I feel like they'll win in a romp.
The only way Michigan State wins this game, turnovers.
Yes.
Turnovers turned into touchdowns. That's the only way, because let's face it, that's the only way Ole Miss won that game. And Alabama gives the ball to Derrick Henry 40 times a game.
Mm-hmm.
You know why they can do that? Because they're never losing. They're always up. If you get up early on Alabama, I'd like to see the tendencies come out in Lane Kiffin. If he starts getting more pass happy like he did in the fourth quarter against Ole Miss when Coker started throwing those couple more interceptions. But I'm picking Alabama because their D-line from the start is going to own this game.
I'm pulling the upset. There are distractions around Alabama with different coaches going here. Is this the last game for Lamb? We know Kirby's going to be with Georgia for the most of the time.
If
Michigan State can methodically move the ball. Not saying they're going to score a lot against Alabama. Their defense creates turnovers, gives their offense short field. They spend this entire month preparing to shut down Henry and puts the ball in essentially Lane Kiffin's hands with that quarterback.
Hey, put in the Tennessee game tape because I saw us contain Henry better than
Exactly.
any other team this year.
So, with that being said, Bama here has a tendency to, when it gets up these bigger games the past couple of years, they falter. They have too much time to think about a game. If it was next week, I take Bama. But you've got essentially a half a month to think about it, plus the Kirby Smart thing going on in Georgia. Michigan State pulls the upset.
I like it.
I don't.
I do because none of us picked Ohio State last year.
That's
that
true.
first round, we all said Bama's going to dominate.
I didn't pick them at all.
To
anyway.
me, Michigan State is just a poor man's Alabama. They do what Alabama
this
does
poor man's
worse.
Alabama is going to pull the upset.
But a question for our Alabama and Georgia listeners. If you're an Alabama fan, how do you feel about the next head coach of Georgia coaching the playoff? He could potentially throw the game
Yeah.
Why
to
would
help
he do that?
to help his recruiting.
And again, there's that distraction. He's with Georgia.
He went on a recruiting trip the other day.
He's not preparing for this game like everybody else. His assistants are, if they're not going to jump to the Georgia train with him.
What was he telling recruits? If you're a Georgia fan too, what was he telling recruits? Oh, hey, come to Georgia here in about a month or two.
So you think that
You commit to us, we'll commit to you here in about 3 weeks.
I'm
when
not
I
saying he
commit.
sabotages it, but I still think Bama loses to Michigan State. We got to get the national championship in here real quick. We're running out of time. You all have Oklahoma, Bama. I have Oklahoma, Michigan State.
I like Alabama. I thought that they were the best team in the country
Interesting.
all year.
Clay, Oklahoma, Bama. Who you got?
I have upset city, Oklahoma.
I'm agreeing with you.
I'm going with Oklahoma because I think Baker Mayfield will be a little bit salty. I'm not going to New York.
Salty.
Oklahoma, Bama as a national championship would upset me so much.
It's a rematch of the Sugar Bowl a couple years ago where
Yeah.
Oklahoma beat Alabama.
This one's close. I've got Oklahoma, Michigan State. Cinderella's slipper falls off here, but Michigan State's still got a great year. Oklahoma gets back. Big time, big game Bob's been ridiculed all season, going from the preseason to now. He finally gets it, wins that national championship.
There's a very small handful of coaches that can coach against Saban, and he's definitely one
He
of
is.
them.
Yes, and he has confidence against SEC.
So two of us take Oklahoma. Scott took Alabama.
Alabama.
So, oh, by the way, the gift for that one isn't just an iconic gift. That's all it says, which I assume is.
Something.
I mean, if you win, you get a trophy and a ring. So
Yeah, you're a national champion.
Yeah.
You don't really need a prize for that.
Yeah, I would want a beanie with a medallion on it.
I still want the beanie with the bill and the metallic ticket from the first
I
game.
want a decal with me holding the national championship,
Yeah.
but just a likeness,
have a
the
beanie
likeness
on?
of me.
We need to
someone-
get a likeness of
Yeah,
a likeness of you holding a commemorative coin.
Yeah, I want a
I can
beanie
hold that
just says
god awful
likeness.
trophy that just
The
looks
lipstick
like
tube.
I want a beanie that just says likeness on it. That's all I want.
a beanie.
We'll get a likeness of Scott in the two-person tent holding the commemorative coin.
Good God. I finally tried camping this summer. I thought I might like it.
You
I
could
don't.
probably combine all the gifts together, and it still wouldn't amass to that one.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Got about 6 minutes left to go. Again on 91.3. Coming up next is the Josh Shirt Show.
Josh Shirt Show.
That was.
So-
I gave that a little different inflection.
You
there.
did, yeah.
you did.
Kind
You
of
did the falsetto. I liked it.
Woo.
I guess this is the point we're talking NFL. The Packers got lucky last week.
Oh wow! You went right there.
It was a Hail Mary. It's okay. I'll put
You
it
know,
this
where,
way.
you know what luck is?
He's on the bench in Indianapolis.
It's when
Where
hard work meets opportunity.
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
Oh boy! If Detroit didn't play the worst Hail Mary prevent defense ever, we might be looking at a different.
They had
outcome.
two
That
people
was
out in the-
karma for the Golden Tate play.
Okay.
Yeah, that's unfair for Golden
Against-
Tate.
Well, that's what happens. He was with the
It's true that he
was with
transferred his karma to the Detroit Lions. I guess that actually makes a lot of sense since their franchise is poisoned.
And the other one, Tennessee knocked off Jacksonville in an entertaining game. Blake Bortles throws 5 touchdowns. Is now the single-season best Jacksonville quarterback when it comes to throwing touchdown passes. Jacksonville's got a lot of stuff going for them. Scott, I'm going to give you a couple, if you want a minute or so to talk about the Titans and gloat for a second.
I don't really want to gloat. That was a fun game. I came away with that thinking that both franchises were heading in pretty good directions. And I can't believe – I'm serious. I'm serious,
No,
Clay.
I agree with you.
Yeah, Clay. And Marcus Mariota, I'm really wondering how bad do you think he would beat Eddie Lacy in a race?
He wouldn't, because he wouldn't have Kendall Wright blocking for him.
Oh, my God.
If I may
Jesus.
jump into this, Mari, if it was down and back to the end zones, I think Mariota could go down and back before Lacy got to the end zone.
Okay, look. That was honestly, and this is not hyperbole, that was, aside from us, the Music City Miracle and going to the Super Bowl, that was one of my top 3 favorite moments as a Titans fan. That 87-yard run was the greatest. You got to remember, man, the franchise has not been that mean.
I was going to say, but
You know, he said going.
run
You
against
know-
the Jags.
He said
You know
going
how
to the
much
Super Bowl.
How many QBs could have ever done that in NBA NFL history?
Not many, because not many running quarterbacks are successful in the league. That's why there's not many of them.
Well, he's not really a running quarterback. He's proven that he can throw. He can stay in the pocket.
He can run. He just doesn't necessarily choose to. He's not an RG3.
Listen,
He's not Michael Vick.
he's the first. Oh yeah, I'm glad that he's not Michael Vick either.
Or-
Look, hey, he's the first quarterback player in NFL history with 250 plus passing yards, 100 plus rushing yards, and 3 passing TDs ever. That's Marcus Mariota.
Those are some good stats.
Hey, I love Marcus Mariota, and that was
He can
just.
put up stats. I give him that. But there's one stat that matters.
Oh my God, you're gonna say the whole UW things when you've seen who the rest of that team.
All right, if I may get to, well, go ahead.
He's left speechless.
All right, why my team sucks. Again, I'm not going to really hound much on Jacksonville because we're a young team. I kind of feel like with them as I do the Vols. I'm cautiously optimistic. Jacksonville's still in playoff contention if you play it off correctly, and it means Indianapolis, Houston, and a bunch of other teams lose a lot, and Jacksonville wins, but still it counts, and we're not eliminated. But here's why my team sucks. We need a kicker. Kicker Jason Myers missed 2 PATs Sunday. He's the first kicker since 1981 to miss 6 PATs in one season.
Yeah.
That is older than me, that is older than you, that is older than you, and it's older than her. Now, granted, the PAT is a lot different this year because New Orleans ran two of them back yesterday, and I think that's where you're getting ready to go. But he's the first kicker since 81 to miss 6 in a season, and we still got games to go. I'm not saying Jacksonville needs to draft a kicker in first round, but
No.
maybe the third.
No way.
Hey, with the kicking, though, there was 8 missed this past weekend. There was 8 missed all of last year.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that was.
And the week before this one, there was 8 missed.
But if
So
he
the
hits
kicking-
those 2, we're talking about a tied game
hey,
because there would have been a
that's
third
part
one
of
to
the
do.
game.
Worked out in our favor.
It is called football.
All right, Mr. Soccer, explain that to me in 2
Like
minutes.
he's feeling really good because
I know.
his
His
Packers
his
won
Packers
with no
got ahead.
time
And the
on the
Vikings
clock.
lost. So that's why I'm feeling good.
Hey, the Colts lost. I actually got embarrassed.
And they're down to a third quarterback.
Yeah, Charlie Whitehurst. I watched him play last year a lot.
And Houston lost yesterday, did they not?
I think so, yes.
So it would have been a great day for Jacksonville to win. Good job, Jacksonville.
Marcus Mariota.
Super Mario there took off, and we couldn't catch him.
I'll remember that forever. That was amazing. I really will. I think he would beat Eddie Lacy in a 40-yard
Wait.
dash.
Let us also
Probably.
Oh.
Hey, Lacey's Jerome Bettis 2.0.
let us not forget
That just means Jerome Bettis times 2.
the stat you brought last week is gone.
What?
The Titans actually won at Nissan Stadium.
I know. Well, and they need to get a win in Nissan Stadium against somebody other than the Jaguars, though.
So you're saying hold on to the goalpost just right now. We got to beat somebody besides Jacksonville in our stadium.
Well, no, next we get 2 against Houston, and 1 against Houston, 1 against Indianapolis to end the year.
Okay.
I'll take one of those.
I need you to win both of those games.
Can we talk about how the Packers are first in the division now?
I think we're running out of time.
Yeah, we know, Clay.
Reds-
Hey, surprising team for me. Hottest team in the league not named the Carolina Panthers. The Kansas City Chiefs.
And have you seen their remaining schedule? It's so easy.
It's very easy. Props to my boy Eric Berry. I know he's listening.
What about the fact that New England lost again? to Philly.
But they got nobody to throw to, and they made some crazy stuff. A pick six, like a
I don't
punt
care.
return.
A win's a win.
Yeah,
It is
but
a win.
still, they were playing the Eagles. We could go out there and throw for 400 yards against the Eagles.
I believe I could hit Sam Bradford, knock him out of the game.
I'd like to see that. Could we? Golly.
By the way, Skins Cowboys tonight. Who you got?
Skins.
I got Skins. I've been riding with the Cowboys all year, and I'm tired of them letting me down.
I'm going to go with, and this is going to be their new name since I can't use Redskins. I'm going with the Potato Skins to beat the Cowboys tonight.
Even though I kind of hope the Cowboys win because Matt Green is getting pretty cocky in there being the
Oh.
It's
team.
pretty discriminate. Don't
jeez.
don't discriminate potatoes, man.
I'm sorry.
We've already been we've been giving them some.
Sorry.
A lot of love tonight.
Coming up next on 91.3 FM, it's the Josh Shirt Show. We'll see you next Monday night with more Monday Night Sports Talk.